Greetings, gamers! So you might have heard about this already, but the Half-Life 3 the Half-Life 2 Episode 3 script has been leaked. Marc Laidlaw, the lead writer, I guess got frustrated that the game was never going to come out, and he said, here's what it would have been, and he leaked the script. There'll be a link to that in the description, but let's talk about it a little bit. And I'll put a spoiler warning on this, but I don't know if you can really spoil a game that's never coming out. And all indications are that this game will never come out, and if we do see another entry into the Half-Life series, I doubt it would be this script, because he's left the project and I don't think they would use a script that's been leaked anyway. So Mark's plot for the next game is it picks up right after Eli Vance's death, and they decide to go after the Borealis, which is exciting for me because it's the link to the Portal franchise, one of my all-time favorite franchises, and you know, it's like, hey, they might get a portal gun. So it's actually an awesome script. They go after the Borealis and they encounter Dr. Breen, who's now in the body of like a giant combine slug. They've kind of reincarnated him using a saved copy of his consciousness. It gets pretty out there. Well, it's a Half-Life game. But anyway, so they encounter him, they get captured, they get free. They finally get to the Borealis, and what the Borealis is in this game is it's basically the portal gun without having to actually have a gunner. It's basically a self-contained portaling thing. It can travel through space and time, and so the Aperture Science employees, when the Combine converged on the Aperture Science laboratory, basically what they did is they activated the Borealis's, whatever it is, the portal device on board the Borealis, and they set it for Antarctica, and they're like, let's just get away from the Combine, we'll get it as far away as we can. But it phased kind of out of time and space and into different worlds and stuff, and basically it's not fully in this world, any one place or time. But the research team, Alex and Gordon and Dr. Mossman, they figure out a way to kind of make it phase into existence for a minute. So they make it phase into existence, and they're like surrounded by Combine and being followed by them, and they get on the ship, and then some Combine forces get in, and then the ship phases out of existence again. And they see it in all these different places and times. They see it in the original Aperture Science facility where it was being built, and then they see it up here, you know, kind of, when they look out the ship, they see kind of an advanced staging base for the Combine, and they're like, man, if we could blow up that base, we might be able to stop the Combine's advance on different worlds at least, if not, you know, undo what they've done on Earth. So they basically decide to weaponize the ship, to set it to explode, self-destruct, and try and aim it and phase it into existence at the Combine advanced kind of attack center. And that's their plan. And so in the end, and again, spoilers, as they're piloting the ship right towards the Combine's base, the G-Man shows up, and this time takes Alex. And it's like, come with me, Alex Vance, and like basically takes her out of this very dangerous situation and leaves Gordon Freeman there. But then the Vortigaunts, they grab Gordon Freeman and take him out. And in the end, the Borealis doesn't really do that much damage to the base. At least from Gordon Freeman's words. This is all written in first person, by the way, as Gordon Freeman. From Gordon Freeman's words, it's like, oh, I knew the ship wouldn't do that much damage to the Combine. So it's kind of a wasted effort, and it doesn't really seem like a satisfying end to the story anyway. And by that I mean it sounds like an interesting game, but it sounds like there would be more entries into the series. So does this mean the game is dead? Yeah, at least in this incarnation. I really don't see them still releasing this game, and why would they release a script if they were going to release the game? Why spoil something you had worked on so hard yourself? So this incarnation of the game is dead, and probably Half-Life 3 is dead, is what everyone's saying, is the game's never going to come out. That being said, Valve could decide tomorrow. Valve has the money to decide tomorrow. You know, it's like, hey, we really should release Half-Life 3, and they just resurrect it, they hire a new writer, and there's a completely different script. But, you know, at this point, there's gonna be so much pressure on the game, and after this script, which a lot of people online like, and they think it's a great script, so the pressure to live up to the hype is almost so great at this point that they might just say, you know, fuck it, let's just leave it how it is. We don't wanna put out a game that's gonna disappoint people. And, you know, I kinda gave up on this a while ago. This is kinda like the final nail in the coffin for a lot of people. Is like, oh, they released the script, now the game's never coming out, good, I can move on, and that's good. I think what Mark did here was good. It provided some closure to a lot of people, and you almost wonder if maybe we could get like a Portal sequel that would unite the two franchises and maybe serve as some kind of continuation for the story. I don't know if that's going to be a thing. It seems like in this game they really wanted to make Aperture Science more tangible within the Half-Life universe and really really make the connection even stronger there. So maybe if Portal 3 gets made, the writers will be like, we should really strengthen the connection with the Half-Life universe. And in regards to that, Gabe Newell, the CEO of Valve, did an AMA on Reddit a while back, and he responded to a question about whether any future single-player games would be set in the Half-Life or Portal universes, with the answer yes. So unless at the time they did have a sequel plan and then something got canceled, something might still be in the works, and Portal 3 could be a way to unite these two franchises and continue the story. But Portal is a puzzle-based game, and I don't know how they would add, you know, the Combine and the fighting into a puzzle-based game. I suppose it's possible, but Half-Life 3 always seemed the more appropriate setting to continue that game. And I think if the Combine does make an appearance in Portal 3, it'll be kind of like on the fringes. Like you're in a test chamber and you can see outside like plate glass walls, like maybe some Combine forces or something. But I don't see you really doing battle with the portal gun or having the portal gun as one of your weapons in an arsenal of weapons, which would be awesome. But that's not really what the Portal series is about. That was something I was thinking could take place in the next Half-Life game. I'm like, shoot, maybe they'll add the portal gun. I mean, they got the gravity gun. Why not just throw the portal gun in there? But it looks like Gmod's gonna be the way to go if you want to do that kind of stuff. You know, sad news, but I mean, I think we've mostly given up hope on this game anyway. There's a Portal movie coming by J.J. Abrams, maybe. Actually, let me do a quick Google search before I say something dumb. So J.J. Abrams said a while ago that a Portal movie announcement would be coming soon, and we haven't seen any announcements, so who knows? I guess we'll just have to wait for a statement. I would say that Gabe has to make a statement about all this at some point, but he really doesn't. I mean, he's sitting on piles of money right now. But if any substantial statement is made about any updates for the Half-Life or Portal sequels, you know, and it's significant, I'll maybe do another video on it. So sad times, but nothing we didn't really expect. You know, on to the future, I guess. There are other games coming out. Last of Us is coming out with a sequel. There's a good single-player game that's coming out with a sequel. So just focus on the good stuff, and you know, there's a lot of sequels that just aren't gonna come out, and you just kind of have to let them go. So I'll continue to check for updates, and if there are any significant updates, you can check back here. Otherwise, looks like no Half-Life 3, so move on with your lives. And we'll have more gameplay and stuff coming to you real soon. Alright, later. Hey, hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see me and Sohinki go head-to-head in Beast Battle Simulator, you can check that out right here. Or check out our brand new channel, Toaster Ghost. Click on this link right over here. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. See ya!
Add it all together, you can't get better.